Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Player Journal's review of Ryse, Son of Rome. Firstly, there may be a few spoilers in the background video. I honestly cannot remember what I recorded gameplay wise as I record this voiceover, so I apologise. Secondly, this will be a shortened version of our full review available at theplayerjournal.com. With that said, in any case, let's move on to the review itself. As soon as you boot up Ryse, the first thing you see is a gorgeous main menu. Everything looks so sleek and smooth amongst every screen without anything ever feeling cluttered. Images are split across certain sections, giving the feel of a sort of canvas art print that you would have hanging in a room. Progress is also shown by a red bar on each chapter in the selection screen. It instantly threw off a great impression for me. In terms of the story, I can definitely say that I was confused at the start. I'll try not to spoil anything here, but it begins with Marius escorting Emperor Nero to a safe room. Marius begins to have flashbacks after a while, which pan out to the main story from there. Unfortunately, the first couple of missions are quite forgettable, and I couldn't even remember why I was escorting Nero in the first place, once I was around 3 missions in. Luckily, the story definitely picks up, albeit around chapter 5. It ends up turning into a brutal and unforgiving tale of vengeance. The combat in Ryse is nothing but simple. You have one button to attack enemies, one button to break shields, and another to counter. Pressing them at the right time and voila! You're a skilled swordsman. I personally didn't mind it too much, although it does get rather repetitive after a short while. You don't get any extra weapons throughout the entire game, which seems to be a huge downer on variety. The executions play out pretty fun, and watching an arm fly off never gets too boring. However, some are extremely violent, which is pretty awesome. I'd like to point out that the Edge of the World mission is fantastic. It twists the combat slightly, making Marius pick up certain targets in a fight. However, the end boss fight is where the real greatness is at, as the arena is bloody and stunning. Now, like I said earlier, I won't spoil anything, but if you haven't reached that mission yet, you're in for a treat with the final fight. And on that note, graphically, Ryse is gorgeous. It definitely used every piece of power of the original Xbox One and produced something that dishes out some glistening scenes. Overall, Ryse Son of Rome has a base for a great game, but it does fall short in a few aspects. As stated above, the combat can get incredibly tiresome and tedious if you're playing in more than a half-hour sitting. After a while, you get sucked into the main story as it throws gorgeous cinematics and depth at you, albeit only for a short while until the game ends. If Ryse included extra weapons, an upgraded level system and a longer campaign, it could have landed softly on its feet in a very respectable area. Now, all of these points added together, we decided to give Ryse a 7 out of 10. If you wish to read the full review, I'll leave the link down in the description. This review was part of our Vault series where we dive into older games to build a variety for anyone to read. Now, if you want to keep up with our growing collection of reviews or important gaming news, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, or head on over to our website.